Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to an episode of our Let's Play for Farming Simulator 19. We are continuing our start from scratch run with silage. Lots and lots and lots of silage. Got some silage processing right now. I'll have to come back to that here shortly. But we ended the last episode trying to figure out how we wanted to, or at least I mentioned that I need to figure out how I want to spend our money. So let's see here. How much does some of this land cost? 115,000. 196,000, 300,000. So that's what? That's about $620,000 if I wanted to try and get all three of those. Probably more than we can afford right this second. So I'm probably not going to mess with that right away. We might buy one of those fields though. Like I said, I do want to start paying off a little bit of my loan, but the interest on the loan is just not that much. It really isn't. We paid $4,845 yesterday on interest on loans. That's barely anything. So kind of comes back to that question of, can we just make more money buying those fields and selling the crop? Probably, right? Plus, I want to start getting some stuff set up for, you know, animals and things of that nature. Actually, this field right here is completely empty. Has no crop on it right now. Cultivated. Ready to plant something on it. I could plant some corn on that thing right away. I think if I did that though, I'd want to get it synced up with the other stuff. So I don't think I'll mess with that right this second. But it is an idea. What else could I do here? I mean, getting some sugar beets would be fine. One thing I would also like to do is eventually buy this piece of land. Because I do want a place to start putting some silos or things of that nature. Some of our equipment. Because the biogas plant is just not, in my opinion, going to be big enough in the long run. Could buy 24 and then trim off this bottom bit and have a little bit of land to put a few things on, like put a building down or something like that. That actually might not be the worst idea. It's the best of the three, like the biggest of the three. So you know what? Let's do it. It's ready to harvest right this second. It's late harvest, so we gotta hurry up and get it done. But it is ready. So let's do it. Let's go for it. Let's buy that. I'm gonna hold off on the money. I'm paying off the loan until the end of the day. Whatever I have left over at the end of the day, I'll just pay off a big chunk of it and go from there. Let me real quick before I get too distracted, fill you back up and just get you parked and ready to start dumping back in. That way I can just kind of flip back over to you very, very quickly and get you rolling. Although I say that, I really should just get a harvester real quick and start harvesting that north field. I think I will do that right now. That does mean I'm going to need a new harvester. I want a harvester that's got a big... Not that far harvester. I want a harvester that has a big header. What's the biggest headers we can get? 9 meters, 12 meters, 12.5, 13.7 meters. Oh, we got some cloths. Oh, you know what? That's right. We were going to stick with the cloths, weren't we? Because why not? It's not as big of a header as like this 13.7. But it's big enough, and let's just keep the cloth thing going. I like that. Let's do it. Cloth harvester it is. Yeah, it's gonna be this 18,000 one, isn't it? Yes. So we'll grab you. We will be. Don't care about the tires. Turbo is fine. Wide tires. I don't think that really matters either. Just go ahead and lease this big old bad beefy boy. And then we'll grab him a header as well for the oats. Doesn't have a trailer though, so we will need to get us a trailer real quick. It's going to be a little more expensive. I like the ones that have the trailers attached to them. They're very convenient, but obviously not the end of the world. Oh, there's even some cloth. Look at this! Man, they got this all sorts of taken care of. What header was it that we just grabbed, so I can know which header, which trailer it's supposed to go with? We grabbed the Convio 1230. Convio 1230. There we go. Convio 1230 trailer. I like it. Cool. Done, done, and done. I gotta get this guy out of the way here. Oh, I wasn't the right track. Right guy. I was like, let me jump in the front guy. I was in the front guy. Get you over here. Probably have to fold you up because you're kind of stuck here for a second. There we go. Now I can turn around and start unfolding you again. I'm just going to have you go north to south starting on this side, to be honest. Just to help kind of force the issue on this side over here that they seem to hate so much. Alright, get those going. Get the fertilizer dude over there as well, just to be ready to pick up behind him. Honestly, as long as I have him a little bit further to the left than that other guy was. He can technically start at the same time. Until though. Let me just play it ultra safe, just put him way over here. That way I know for sure that he's not gonna hit the side of that other guy. Alright, both of those are going. Let's go ahead and get our harvester moved over. Big old beautiful harvester. Yeah, we're gonna have to get the trailer just to get it out of our house area, I think. It's actually the gates getting out of this house are pretty tight. Oh, this is not gonna be the way this thing resets. The size of this harvester. You know what I'm gonna have to do? Push you out of the way. I mean, it works, I guess, technically. Alright, get you on there. Now let's go. Let's get to that field before it goes bye-bye. Bit of a bumpy road there. Yeah, I think what the plan is going to be, harvest the whole thing obviously for right now, but then come back through and trim off that bottom bit and just use that bottom bit for like placeables and things. Just I don't like non-square fields personally. It's my thing, I guess. I mean, it's square-ish, don't get me wrong, and it wouldn't be the hardest thing to run through with a harvester or any other type of tool, but I just prefer the more just purely square ones, to be honest. Alright, let's bring you over here out of the way. By the way, I just want to throw this out here. Something I've noticed recently, and you'll see here in just a second. You might have just seen it right there and just not realized what you were looking at. If you come over here on this map, there is a phantom lantern hanging in midair right there. And I would love somebody to tell me what in the world. Like, I assume when they made this map, there was something here that they must have cleared out and flattened this land out or whatever and forgot that this lantern was here. But there's a phantom lantern and then looks like a light globe below it because that thing glows at night. It's kind of creepy, but kind of funny at the same time. So there you go. Something, an Easter egg for the map. We'll have to get a trailer here in a minute. And maybe it's a good time to go ahead and get us like a semi-truck and a trailer, because there's some good semi-trucks out there. They make things very, very convenient. Probably not going to get a ton of oats off this thing just because it's not been fertilized or any of that stuff. But we'll get some. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, you know what? I do. Might as well get some straw, right? I want to... That's an interesting path, though. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get the straw coming in, because why not, right? Use that for some of the animals as well. All right, we'll get that rolling. How are you doing? You're doing good. You are actually almost done. So is the weeder. Let's get the weeder out of the way here in just a second. Did we get everything weeded? Did we miss anything? It does not look like we've missed anything. So we'll go ahead and get this guy out of the way. Once he actually finishes. Fold this back up. Get him over here. Let the herbalist or fertilizer guy finish his job. Let's go check in on our dumpage over here to make sure we don't need to dump anything else in. And then we're going to look at seeing about getting us a, like I said, a trailer or some sort. I mean, we have several trailers, don't get me wrong, but we're using those trailers for other things. Plus, I don't like the side dumping trailers for just normal crops and stuff. I just personally don't feel like they're as easy to use. Could just keep corn on this top one for now until we're ready to do other crops. Technically, I just need to cultivate up there. I don't need to actually plow, do I? Yeah, it does not need to be plowed at the moment. It doesn't even need lime at the moment. So, could also just give me a bigger cultivator than these little tiny things. Let's go ahead and get us a trailer, though. We are going to need one. I think my favorite trailer is this one right here. But, is there a class semi-trailer? There is not. I mean, I could get one of these class trailers that holds a lot, but I think this one right here, 59,000, holds a little bit more. And, I mean, yeah. The reason I like this one over the other ones is because it holds everything, whereas these other semi-trailers do not hold everything. So I kind of like the fact that I can just not have to think about, okay, is this the trailer that held this or that or whatever? Same thing for these two. These things don't hold everything either. So yeah, this is definitely, I think, for our purposes, the best trailer for us to pick up. I wish we could change the colors to match our other stuff, but that's all right. I don't know if the wide trailer tires or not matters, but we'll go without. Save us a little bit of money. And then let's go ahead and grab us a semi-truck. And my favorite semi-truck, after a lot of experimentation, the long nose semi-trucks, what I would call more kind of the American style of semi-trucks, because I see these a lot, obviously, in the U.S. I don't feel like they're modeled as well as these smaller, what I would call European semi-trucks. Plus, the European ones have a really cool feature that the American, again, those are my qualifications. They may not be, that's how I'm classifying them. But anyway, these can come with a trailer hitch, which means they can hook up to normal trailers, which I think is incredibly cool. And so I tend to like these, and this of the two, this one's my favorite. So why not? Let's just keep the class thing going. It's not going to match the trailer, though, to be fair, but it'll match everything else we do. And 500 horsepower, not half bad. This thing is a pretty good workhorse for us, and I've used this thing quite a bit, and I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so we got that. Let's go ahead and move that stuff over. By the way, if you're actually wondering if it's realistic for me to have this stuff delivered to my house, think of it this way. If I paid, you know, several thousands of dollars in a lease or hundreds of thousands of dollars on a piece of equipment, you're telling me the guy that sells it to me, if I tell him I'm not going to buy it unless you deliver it to my house, pretty sure they'll deliver it to my house. So me teleporting it to my house, I think is perfectly fair and honestly pretty realistic, especially today in this day and age of the coronavirus stuff that we're dealing with. I know I've seen plenty of ads saying, yeah, buy us your car from our place, or buy us a vehicle, buy whatever, and we'll deliver it. Oh, hello. So the whole delivery to my house thing, I think, is perfectly realistic. This truck does not look good with this trailer as is, and I just realized I brought it to the wrong spot. Needs to come up here to gather some oats. And I also need a pickup trailer for all of this wonderful. See, this is part of the reason why I don't like these kind of weird angled things. One, I have to cut that off because of the trees over there. It's just getting in the way. It's just a big mess. So I will be trimming back this field in some certain ways later, but we'll get there. I'll just move you out of the way for now. It does clash, doesn't it? Those colors do not look good together. I like the class colors with everything else, obviously, but those colors right there look so bad. What else can I do? That's right. I was going to get this thing filled up real quick just to get it parked and ready to do. Let me do that before I forget what I'm doing, because that's exactly why I was saying I was going to do that. Let me get this set up ready to roll, because I know I'm going to forget before it's ready to dump back in again. And what did I do? I kind of forgot about it for a minute. Get that taken care of. What else we got going on? Everything's double fertilized. We're really just waiting for that crop to grow in now. It's only got one more stage to go on the corn until we can start harvesting it for silage, which is awesome. Alright, there we go. Get you ready to back up. There we go. That topped off real quick, and then we can we'll have about an hour's worth of time before we even have to worry about it again. Cool. Alright, let's move on. Let's get you filled up, parked away. And then I need to go grab a picker-upper trailer for our straw. Presumably we'll be able to get a class one. I'm not going to bale the straw. I'm just going to keep the straw loose, because we need the loose straw for the animals anyway if we decide to go that route. Plus, technically, I think I can drop the loose straw into the silage plant if I just felt like I had enough that I didn't need it otherwise. So we need another trailer, but we need a baling trailer. Where's baling? Baling technology. Oh, nope, loading wagons. That's what we want. And again, yep, I assumed we have a class one. We do. It's not the biggest, but it's big enough. I mean, it's 3,000 less. It's not a huge difference, honestly. And it keeps the class thing going, so why not? Big old wheel. Look at those wide wheels. I don't think we need those. All right, we'll lease this bad boy. And yet again, I made a deal with the guy I bought it or leased it from. It's like, look, dude, I'm not going to take it unless you drop it off for me. So he's like, you know what? I'll do that for you, my friend. So, I have a story for everything, right? I have an excuse story for all the things that I'm doing. I know people are going to argue with, it's not realistic. And I'm like, is it though? The most unrealistic thing I am doing right this second is turning off crop destruction so that if I just happen to drive across my fields, it doesn't destroy the crop. That is literally the most, unrealistic thing I'm doing. Everything else I've done, I could find an argument for how realistic it actually is. And we are going to need to get a silo at some point. Probably what I'm going to do is put a temporary silo up here on this bottom part of that field that we just bought. Or maybe even where this corn is on this smaller field up here above 22, or what used to be 22. I might put a silo there or something like that. And then eventually maybe move it or change it or something like that. There is one silo that I have, and I will show you that silo here in a moment. That is very American. Feels very, I don't know if they do silos like this in Europe, but I see these types of silos all over. In fact, if anything, the silo I'm about to show you is too small compared to the ones I've seen like it in the US. But it is this silo right here. Actually, it's an add-on I have, so if you want it, you'll be able to see the name of it shortly. It is this Concrete Silos 5 million capacity, and this thing is a beast. Look how big that thing is. And like I said, if anything, this is small compared to what I've seen in the US. So, I mean, if that tells you anything, we have massive, basically, there's a lot of places in the US, and you know, I used to live in Texas, and now I live in Colorado. But between Texas and Colorado, for where I lived in Texas and now Colorado, you go through the panhandle of Texas, and there's a lot of farming up in the panhandle. Plus, I used to live in Arkansas, which has a lot of farming as well. And you'll actually see silos like this, or like maybe even twice as big as this, like massive concrete silos that are in the middle of a big, you know, of a town, a small town, I should say, actually. And then the town is built up around the silo. The silo is the drop-off point for all of the farms around it, and therefore it's just a massive, massive, massive silo. So definitely very realistic. Again, if anything, too small, which is so weird to say. But yeah, my understanding is from a little bit I read online, over in Europe, they don't have silos quite that size as much. But we do a lot of really mass bulk farming in the U.S., and so that's probably a lot of it. Let me go ahead and get you emptied. Oh, wrong thing. Nope, nope, don't empty to this. Wrong trailer. I got distracted about what I was doing. Sitting here telling stories. Actually, I don't think you need dropped off yet anyway. Let's check what your load is. You're only about 75%. So we got some time. You almost can get that whole field in that one harvester, just because of how little is actually on the field right now. Wish you could automate this straw pickup, but I mean, if this is the only thing one of the few things we have to actually do ourselves, then it's not the end of the world. But it would be nice to be able to automate stuff like this. Alright, let's go and grab our truck. Get it over there. Once this guy turns around, we'll be able to drive up alongside him. Ignore the fact that I will, in this case, be driving in the crop. All right, though, this is one of my realism breaking moments. Just pretend it didn't happen, guys. Unless I can get him to... I mean, I could stop. You know what? We'll keep the realism. We'll stop him for a second. Get his pipe to stick out. We'll dump it off. And then I won't even have to drive on the crop. There you go, guys. There you go. Realism preserved. And he'll definitely be able to get the rest of his field, I think, with the rest of his capacity. Very, very close to it. If he has any field left over once he's full again, it won't be much. Not a lot of oats, but it would be enough oats to get some horses rolling if we decide to do that first. Which we might. We'll see. Let him do his thing. Go back to our baling trailer. How about you? Let's top you off just while I'm passing through. And grab our baler. Keep on keeping on. We'll have to get the guy come back over here to pick up some of this crop that he missed. And then we'll have to figure out where we want to put our silo, because we are actually about to have some full trailers here. Especially the straw one, I think it'll be full pretty quickly here. And I could put a temporary barn down or something like that, although for making food, because we do need this for the total mixed rations for the cows, I prefer to have it in a regular silo, because it's going to be in the same silo as the silage and the hay that I need as well, and I can just kind of sit there and just make the food. Yes, I know I don't have access to that land. Quiet. Because I forgot. Well, I didn't forget, I just didn't care to turn off the machine while I turned around. This little bit over here. At least most of it. Yes, I realize I could have driven on the field because of what I have the settings on, but I'm trying to avoid it. I'm not trying to abuse it too often, if I can help it. Gotta come back and pick up that last little bit later anyway, so we'll pick up that little bit I missed when I harvest the rest of that field over there. So yeah, the initial goal will definitely be to buy all these fields on this side, like in this kind of section of the map. Well, I guess I was using the mouse. The mouse, there we go. 25, 24, 26, 22, all of these. This will be the kind of the plans to buy all of this stuff and kind of do what I want to do with that. At some point, we'll definitely buy this, maybe soon. And then we may eventually buy these down here as well. Kind of keep all of this stuff over here on this side, I think would be a good thing, with this kind of being a central area for us. So that's the plan. Oh, as I'm going off line here. Not by much. I was mostly straight while I was talking. It's very dark over here. You know, it's daytime. Those trees, I guess, putting some big old shade down. Oh, I bet my truck's in the way. Out of the way, truck. I'm trying. Give me a second, please. There you go. Now you can turn around. Yeah, we're just not getting very much straw at all. I can tell how little crop was actually on this field. Alright, so that's that first load. So now we got to figure out what we want to do here. I do want to put a silo down. I think we're going to need a silo anyway. The silo I want to use is this one. I talked about this one, obviously, which I will eventually put down. But for now, we're going to put this small silo multi-fruit over here. That's another add-on. I think this actually might come with the map, because I don't remember downloading this explicitly personally. So I think this is a map silo. I'm honestly just going to probably drop it over here on the side, because like I said, I am going to reuse this field for some other stuff. So for now, we're just going to kind of plop it up over on the side over here, and that'll be good enough for now. Let me just make sure it's not too far up in the air. Something like that. Probably smooth that stuff over there. Let me see, how bad is the shape of the land? Actually, not too bad. Ah, that's doable. I don't even feel like I have to fix any of that, to be honest. So that'll work. So let's go back to our straw dude, and now we can drop off some straw in there, which is very nice. I should paint my line so I actually know where I'm cutting this field off at here in just a second. So if I want to place more stuff down, I'll know where to draw the line at. Could have dumped this into the processing plant for 180 bucks per liter, which is not bad. Quite a bit better than bales as well. Actually, I'm sorry, this is straw. I'm thinking hay and grass. Hay and grass you can do, straw you cannot. My bad. Okay, let's go to the landscaping, and let's come up here, and let's just, I'm just gonna get like a decent size paintbrush. Let's go to the grass. I'll just paint a row of grass here. Just so I know where I'm cutting this field off. I mean, I'll paint the rest of this grass later. But for now, just cutting this field off. Just the bottom part. So I have some place for some placeables, and probably like put like a storage building over here to have a little bit more storage space as well. Actually, it's probably exactly what I'm going to do. In fact, let's go ahead and just paint the rest of this up to the straw over there. I think my controller might be a little bit out of calibration right now, because every time I kind of move around, it seems like it is kind of got like a moment of where it's got like movement, I don't know, lag, or just it continues moving without me actually hitting the button. Let's put it that way. However I want to say that. Let me see. I probably want to put a little bit of grass around this thing as well. I don't mind a little bit of being concrete. But I kind of want to trim up some of the stuff that is currently looking like a field. Something for down here, I guess. I'll get this back part as well. Well, say that. Actually, what I'll probably do is I'll just cover it with grass, and then I'll come back with the cement. Put the cement back down. Because I do like the cement underneath the silo at least. Something like that. Good enough. It's not permanent anyway, so I don't need to be overthinking it too much. Alright, well there we go. First real placeable, honestly. And then there will be more to come. In fact, like I said, we'll go ahead and place the storage building I think that I want. I want probably one of these big old ones that's just easy to drive through. I'm just gonna stick it over here. Did not mean to start turning it. Probably off to the side over here. It's a little bit off-centered, isn't it? Don't know how I want to do this because it is at an angle right now, but I should be able to fix most of the angle problems. I think what I'm going to do is stick the front down as much as possible, and then I'll just have to fix the back separately. I think that'll be the easiest way to handle it. Something like that. It's going to have a big hump in the back, but I think I can fix that pretty easily here. We'll have to replace the grass, but that's not the end of the world. Let's raise my brush strength real quick and start smoothing. Got all this stuff smoothed off around the edges. I think I'm okay with the fact that those poles are in the ground a little bit. I got concrete along the front, and presumably, you know, I've got the concrete buried in the back. You just can't see it because when I poured the cement underneath it, it overlapped the base concrete, which probably not that big of a deal, right? Alright, I think that looks pretty good. Pretty smooth all the way around. Let's go ahead and go back to my paintbrush with my grass and make sure I repaint some grass around the outer edge here. Because otherwise it's just going to look a little silly when like only half of it's grown in. Oh, that's good already. I'll get this over here. I might be missing a few spots, but we'll come back to those later. But that looks all right. I mean, there's a little bit of a slope there, but nothing unmanageable, I don't think. Let's run over there and check that real quick, and then we'll call the video. It's hard to see sometimes in that other format. No, this is good. This is not a impossible slope by any stretch. A little bit of slope inside the building, which I could smooth out a little bit, but honestly, it's going to work just fine. That'll be another place for us to play some stuff. All right, well, there we go, guys. We're going to put a cut in there. When we come back, we'll do some more rest of this field, and may even get to the point we do some more fast forwarding to get the corn ready. But so far, I'm pretty happy. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. I do appreciate you watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye.